Hey everyone, what's up? How's it going? My name's Antonio, and today I'm here to talk to you about a Minecraft movie. I recently saw a Minecraft movie, and by recently, I mean last night, so all my thoughts on this are going to be pretty fresh. Honestly, from the first trailer I saw of this movie, I thought it was going to suck. I was not at all enthusiastic about this movie. I thought it looked terrible, but I actually grew to really like it, and I became really excited right before the movie. I think a big part of that excitement slowly building up was the fact that I learned that Jared Hess, who directed Napoleon Dynamite, and Nacho Libre was going to be directing. And I love those films. Nacho Libre is like one of my favorite movies of all time. And so I was really enthusiastic about seeing him and Jack Black collab again. So yesterday I went to go see it in the cinema, and we're going to be kind of talking about how that experience was, also some expectations, and then of course a review. There's going to be a spoiler-free part for people who don't want to get the movie spoiled. I mean, today's April 5th, and the movie just came out, so I'm going to give people some time, but the spoiler part will be included in this video. Before we even start talking about the movie itself, let's talk about some expectations. On the way to the film, I spoke about some expectations while I was in the car with my girlfriend. So let's jump over to that and see what I thought the movie was going to be. So this is a movie directed by Jared Hess, who also did Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite, two movies I love. And I think that's like the main thing that I'm really hoping for this movie, is that it carries over the humor from those two, because I really like them. And I think it could fit Minecraft if it's done correctly. Trailers already have like a really good humor to them, and I hope that carries over to the movie, but I do hope that the movie's dialogue has a little bit more depth than what we've already seen, because it is a little bit weak. Predictions wise, I think the CGI might be pretty good, I'm hoping at least. I think that we're gonna get a lot of cameos. I know Dan TDM's in this movie, he's really the only one I care about. Oh, and Technoblade. He's in this movie too. Okay, let's put in our post-credit scene predictions. So I think the post-credit scene is going to be one of two things. I think it's either going to be Alex related, and she'll like come see Steve through some portal or something, or it's going to be about the Ender Dragon. Or like, I was mentioning this earlier, but like, Alex is going to be from the end. Like, she'll be trapped in the end and then escape or something like that, and that's how she's going to be introduced. Let's also hear some other perspectives on what they thought the movie should be, or shouldn't be, as you'll see.
An expectation for the Minecraft movie is definitely to see Jack Black say a lot more things, as well as to see some sort of tribute to Minecraft and the game itself, compared to just having people stuck in the game. I would like to definitely see something that shows what Minecraft is to people.
Minecraft is like fun. Like I feel like Minecraft was like everyone's childhood. Like everyone like back in the day, everyone was like Minecraft, Minecraft. It's pretty meaningful. I wouldn't say like that deep, but like I like Minecraft. I feel like they should like not just like try to throw like crazy stunts in them where it's like not Minecraft. Like in the trailer, there was like a boxing scene. I didn't like that. I feel like that's not Minecraft. Like Minecraft is like you build houses and then like you get blowed up by creepers and stuff.
Honestly, Minecraft, I don't get. What's the whole point of Minecraft? You like Carla said, you build houses, you get blown up. What's the fun in that? You know, would want to see the Minecraft movie, out in theaters.
I think something that I heard resoundingly throughout all the interviews I conducted was that people wanted to see some kind of tribute to the people who have been with Minecraft for years upon years upon years upon years. People wanted to feel respected as Minecraft players, especially because this movie has taken like 10 years to release. So I feel like everyone kind of felt like they deserved something from this movie, that they were owed something from Mojang for being such a loyal supporter. Oh, my voice just cracked. You guys hear that? I think that's because since Minecraft is such a sandbox game, there is no official story that you can put to it that is going to satisfy everybody. Some people wanted a dark fantasy movie like those terrible AI videos. Some people wanted something like the real life Minecraft videos that you can find on YouTube. Some people wanted an animated movie similar to Minecraft Story Mode. Netflix is actually going to be delivering us a animated Minecraft show, so I put all my desire for an animated movie aside, and I kind of let this movie be its own thing. And I think the title A Minecraft Movie, not The Minecraft Movie, is effective. As director Jared Hess and pretty much everyone who's worked on the film has said, this isn't the official Minecraft story, it's just their interpretation. But everyone is going to have their own expectations, and so I think that no matter what this movie was, people were going to be disappointed. And I have to say, I wasn't disappointed. I loved this movie. But really quick, before I even get into that, I want to talk about the horrific theater experience that I had. I knew something was wrong when I went to the bathroom before the movie started, where I saw two teenage boys quoting the movie back to back. Now look, I'm a teenage boy. I'm a senior in high school. But I have to say, these were not your average teenage boys. These were the worst demographic of people on the planet, 8th graders, aka the most annoying group of people to ever have to witness a movie with. And they made this movie a living nightmare. Constant cheering and clapping, chanting, and the part that bothered me the most about all of this was that you could tell that this cheering and clapping wasn't coming from a deep admiration for the movie or even the game. It was actually coming from this sense of wanting to be a part of the meme. It was very much one of those me and the boys when we go see the Minecraft movie things, and it kind of detracted from the whole experience because everyone was upset with these guys and they were the most obnoxious people. I have no problem with clapping in movie theaters. In fact, I even encourage it sometimes. Spider-Man No Way Home, I clapped, I cheered, everyone did. But this movie got 3 times the reaction that that movie did. By the end of the movie, there were teenage boys with their shirt off. I saw at least 2. To me, this is just boys wanting to be part of some joke that is not funny. Even the parts from the trailer that I was excited about, like Chicken Jockey or Flint and Steel, I Am Steve, they ruined those moments and they actually detracted from other moments by being so loud and obnoxious. There was not a single point in this movie where everyone was quiet. There was always those teenage boys talking. At multiple points, they started chanting Steve, 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 and it got really exhausting, especially at the end of the movie, because I legitimately could not hear the last 15 minutes. At all. I did not hear a single line of dialogue in the last 15 minutes, and I didn't hear most of the exposition set up in the beginning of the film. Honestly, as much as it's easy to blame those people, I also want to blame the theater for not having an employee come in to tell them to stop, because it got to a point where it was literally obnoxious and you could not hear the movie. But enough about the theater experience, let's talk about the movie itself. Like I said, I couldn't really hear too much of the exposition at the beginning, and that's because there's a lot of it. The first 20 minutes of this movie is characters pretty much verbatim, just telling you exactly what their origin is. Like, it's a little corny. You don't feel like you're naturally introduced to all these characters. You feel like they're just being like thrown at you, just one by one by one by one. And they all explicitly say everything you need to know about them within those first 20 minutes. It's one of those times in filmmaking where I think you have to know when to show, not tell, and this movie just tells you. Without getting into spoilers, the first 10 minutes or so is just about like Steve, and I feel like that could have been its own movie, like entirely its own movie, because a lot happens, and I think it would have made more sense to get a story about Steve learning about the world of Minecraft first before we get Steve and he already knows everything, and then we get all these other characters introduced. Speaking of the world of Minecraft, I love it. Translate this world into live action, and I think it looks great. When the first trailer dropped, I was kind of pissed off about the flat lighting and the weird visuals, but I really came to appreciate them, especially as the movie went on. I think that it feels very Minecrafty. Everything about it, from how the shots are framed to how the camera moves, feels very Minecraft, and I just appreciate the, I guess, care and attention to detail when it comes to stuff like that. Also, it's undeniable that this is a Jared Hess movie. Everything from the stupid camera zooms to the way that he moves the camera and the way that he does jokes visually. These are all Jared Hess signatures, and I'm so glad that his voice didn't get lost in this like multi-million-dollar movie because it still feels like him. And that's another thing. This movie feels like a Jared Hess comedy. All that kind of comedy, that kind of dry, awkward humor is very present in this movie. In fact, that kind of humor is what saves Jack Black's Steve for me. Again, without getting into too many spoilers, Jack Black's Steve is kind of a weirdo loser guy at the beginning of the movie, and throughout the whole movie, he kind of treats himself like he's this big action hero. Except he's not. He's not at all like this ideal hero character. In fact, he even makes some pretty weird decisions morally throughout this movie. Nevertheless, he's still entertaining, and it's because he carries himself with this confidence of being an action hero. And I think that Jack Black isn't just playing himself, he is playing this kind of obnoxious guy who thinks that he's the hero to the story. And there's some parts where he sings for like 30 seconds. Okay, guys, it's not an actual musical. He sings for like 30 seconds and that's it. Like when he's singing those songs, nobody else is in on it. The music doesn't really accompany him too well. It very much seems like he's in his own world. And I think that that was a great choice for Jack Black because it makes him really entertaining. Despite me saying all that about Jack Black Steve, he's not the main character of the movie. In fact, he's more of like a guiding force who leads the main characters throughout their journey in the Minecraft world, which is a fine choice. I just wish I understood who the main character of this movie was. There's a few different options. There's this boy, there's Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, there's the sister of the boy, and Steve. Steve is definitely not the main character, but it's actually between these two, weirdly enough. And I just feel like neither of them were developed enough for this movie. In fact, I think the movie would have been better if it was none of these characters except for the boy and his sister and Steve. Through the boy, we get the only part of the movie that really embraces the creativity of the game. Because he's like really creative and out there. And we get like a really great scene at his high school that feels very like Napoleon Dynamite-ish to me. And while that scene is great, it lasts for like 2 minutes and we move on. And his sister is pretty fun. She's a funny character. I like the actress for her too. She does great in this movie. but she doesn't really have anything to do. Pretty early on, she says something that like offends her brother, except it's not really that deep, and then he takes that seriously for the whole movie. And then they have one of those like, I shouldn't have said those things about you. I'm so sorry moments at the end, except it doesn't feel earned at all because she didn't really say anything and we didn't get to see too much of their relationship develop throughout the movie. Garrett is a weird one because he gets the most exposition and yet I still don't really care about him. While he's funny, he kind of does the same thing that Steve does of thinking that he's like this cool action hero, except he does it with way less charisma. He's way less funny. In fact, I thought he was probably the most unfunny character in the movie. Paired up with Jack Black, he is pretty entertaining, but Jack Black steals the spotlight in almost all their scenes together. So if there's a sequel and this guy's coming back, I just hope that he gets more attention or they just remove him completely. Because this movie has a weird thing of not wanting to be too story based, but then also giving every single one of their characters an arc. Not every character needs to have an arc. You can have static characters as long as they're entertaining enough to be on the screen. And I just feel like not a lot of these characters were entertaining enough to take up this movie, and their arcs just felt unsatisfying. However, something that I did really like was this underlying theme that I've actually been seeing a lot in Minecraft media lately, which is the idea of corruption. Not corruption like the Batman, but rather the idea that the Minecraft world and nature itself are inherently pure, and all things that are produced from nature are beautiful and are inherently good until they are corrupted. The villain of the movie Malgosha, without going into spoilers, has innocence and then it is corrupted. And throughout the whole movie, we see her piglin army, who are the main antagonists of the film, and we see them not really committing to the whole being evil thing. In fact, the only characters that really get speaking lines or any actual notable screen time are characters who kind of disobey her, and the consequences they face as a result of that are death. Even the Ghasts, which were recently announced as a new mob in the Minecraft Live update thing, are shown to be creatures that were originally positive and beautiful that got turned into something else by the unpure Nether. I think that's a really great idea, and I think it's a really interesting look into nature. And the movie does not stick to that plot at all. In fact, we get maybe one or two scenes delving into this concept, and then we don't. Same thing with the creativity thing. Like I said, the boy has one scene at the beginning and about one scene at the end in which he really gets to exhibit his creativity, and it just doesn't feel like enough to me. This movie feels like it has ideas, and I like those ideas. I just wish it executed those more. The story has a lack of direction, which sucks because Jared Hess is putting his all into actually directing this movie. Regardless of if you like the movie, it has a distinct style. Every shot in this movie has a distinct style. The actors, the comedy, everything about it feels distinct, and yet the plot feels like the most generic thing I've ever seen in my life. The villains are uninspired and boring, probably the weakest part of the movie for me. While there is some funny bits with them, they just don't add anything, and the final battle kind of felt just a little bit off and lame, but it has some funny moments. I think that there's this moment, which is a spoiler, so skip to this time if you don't want to see that. That scene's awesome. I love that scene. But outside of that, it just felt kind of underwhelming, even if there was some cool stuff that made me happy to see. We also get some pretty funny lines in this movie, I can't lie. I can't bring myself to hate this movie, man. There's something about it that's so cheesy, but it sticks to its guns, and it's cheesy, and it loves being cheesy. It's dedicated to being what it is, and I appreciate that so much. We also get some fun Easter eggs in this movie, like Dan TDM and a few other YouTubers who I don't care about because all I watched was Dan TDM are in this movie, and it was great seeing them. Really cool. I mean, we got Technoblade, his little reference, which was pretty neat. My theater clapped at that part. Also, this is a little bit of spoilers, but we do get a Hero Brian reference, and nobody in my theater really like recognized it, and I was really surprised. Why does my voice keep cracking? Speaking of the Enderman and the other mobs, I think they all look great in this movie. My favorite is the zombie in this movie because they just move so beautifully. I think that the way that a zombie moves in real life really complements the blocky style of Minecraft, and so the action scenes are amazing. Honestly, I liked more than I disliked in this movie. I think if the second one focuses on character entirely and less on story, or story and less character, or just makes a choice, it's going to be better. And I have faith that it's going to be better. Like the post-credit scene is spoilers, Alex and Steve meeting for the first time, and that's pretty cool. I got hyped when I watched that. It was really exciting. I can't wait to see where the second one goes. It's probably going to be called something like another Minecraft movie, and that's awesome. I'm not even gonna lie. Overall, I had a fun time thinking about this movie, being excited about this movie, watching the movie, except for the obnoxious people who kind of ruined the theater experience for me. But they're still not going to ruin this movie for me. I had a great time, and I think you will too. I give this movie 7 out of 10. It's not perfect, but if you're a Minecraft fan, you're going to enjoy it. Alright guys, that's probably all for today. Sorry for the short video, but I have some big stuff planned. And remember, stay safe, stay cool, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.